time, we are taking a relook at Professor Frimpong Boateng's report that had been on the decks of the Chief of Staff at the presidency and hadn't been released or made public until it was leaked to the media and subsequently created a lot of furor. And it's about the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Mining's own supervision, which was headed by Professor Frimpong Boateng, the sector minister at the time, on stopping galamsey or bringing it to the barest minimum, for which we had Operation Vanguard, Galam Stop, etc. And we're situating it within the current issues that are happening. Now we have massive pollution of our water bodies, so we want to revisit that report, particularly because he was a sector minister and inherently the concerns that he had raised in that report and how that can guide us going forward, taking a relook at making sure we nip this in the bud. Are we able to going to do that? So Lawyer Jamtwa will be in, and then Lawyer Afuakwa also will be joining us, and then we have a team of lawyers here today. So Dankwa also will be here, and we'll have some great discussions all coming up. Make sure you stick and stay. Join us this morning. Philemon La, who also is a legal practitioner, will be joining us. So then we'll bring you Community Manifesto. But for our question of the day this morning, we just want to give you snippets of information. Just about 3-4 years ago, the Ghana Police Service did announce formally to the public. Indeed, I went to the studios to their center at the time, the traffic monitoring controls center that they had. It was a whole control room that has over 3,000 cameras at the time, now scaled up to over 10,000 cameras that were looking across the whole of the country. If you take a look at the MPP manifesto, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, for example, is saying that this will be scaled up to over 50,000 across Ghana. That will mean that just like happens in the developed world, you're going to have, as you live in your community, security cameras that are managed by the National Traffic Control Room, that is at the headquarters of the Ghana Police Service, and also managed by National Security, watching you each time that you live right here in Ghana. That's a good thing. Now, the thing that had been in the works over the period is we've now seen a scale up of this, not only more cameras in the system, but more so able to get you live tickets, just in case you flout traffic regulations. So, for example, if you jump red light, now you're going to pay. So we've seen this being simulated across the country, so to speak. At least I've seen a number of people who have brought us screenshots. So this morning, we want to ask you whether that's a good thing. So we'll put one of the screenshots of the ticket, the electronic ticket that have been introduced for traffic offences. And that's a good thing. So now we're scaling up. So we're going digital more. So the next thing is, if you're given the ticket, if you don't pay, we'll get to trace you to your house, etc. But we'll get you somewhere, somehow. So, for example, we have a vehicle registration number, the name of the vehicle and the driver, and this one is Ni Richardama. So your location is also there, and this one purely also is based on where you're located. They're looking at the digital address system, etc. And then the offense is you speeding. So this one is a caution notice. So no fine has been issued. But subsequently, we've seen others that fines have been issued. For example, I've seen a 360 Ghana Cedi one, for example, that enables you to get money to pay, or you have to pay. So for example, what we have currently, you have a speeding ticket. So the offense is speeding. The penalty is 30 penalty units. So the total amount you're paying is 360. Now, we're going to show you the room, the control room, where we have the cameras and they're watching you live. Charlie, this one, massive. It's been in the works for years. This speeding ticket, I've known about it a couple of years now, had been tried over the period. And this is the traffic monitoring control room. So, for example, they get to, so you find that they are monitoring you 24/7. So they get to monitor you wherever you are, they monitor you. So the police are monitoring you, just like the way we do it abroad. So this is in place right here in Ghana. This is in place right here in Ghana. So, for example, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia says this will be scaled up to 50,000. Already we have over 10,000 of these cameras located across Ghana. But that's a good. So our question is, what do you make of this new system that has been introduced to not only revolutionize, but also improve traffic road management, and to ensure that if you offend all regulations, then you get to pay at this time? I think that's a good thing, in my perspective. The phone lines are open. Join us. Let's have some great discussions. And this morning segment is now right up. Well, so let me say good morning to Helga Boedi, one great lady, and I wish her all the best for the day as well. A number of you also watching us, I have to say that please, we have our phone lines open. One of the great people, a couple of people who watch us all the time. Let me say good morning to Shahinaza Mustafa, great lady, intelligent lady at the time, and Rena Awemi, also watching us all the time from Teshinungwa Estate. But we have our first caller. Good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name is Charlie from Wale.
Okay, Charlie from Wale.
Yes.
The constituency Wale and the town?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Please go ahead.
Yes, please. Before I go, I'm still calling on you to come to Wale for the community watch.
Community, please. We call it community manifesto. Community manifesto.
Okay.
It's not community watch.
Okay, the community manifesto. Wale people want to see you there because we are doing great. So we want you to also come and capture our people. Having said that, we get to the camera. Yes, it's good. But in Wale, for instance, the cameras are there, but they are not working. For instance, there was an instance where a girl was kidnapped, okay? And then the kidnapper took the girl around where the lights are, where the security cameras, CC cameras are there. But the cameras were not able to capture them. So you see, it's not about putting them there. It's about them doing work, you understand? Apart from that, sometimes they work with street lights. So if it is in the night and the street lights are not, the street lights are also not working, you see that the cameras will not be able to capture any crime that is ongoing. So they work hand on hand with the street lights. So I am saying that it's not about we are going to do this or we have mounted security cameras. Are they working? And that is my issue. So if they really want to get criminals, they should make sure that the cameras are working and also ensure that the street lights are also working so that they will be able to capture the criminals. Thank you very much.
Well, I guess the police need to do a lot of stakeholder engagement, because I can tell you, when you go to the traffic monitoring room that is managed by the MTTD, the cameras are really working. You cannot determine whether the cameras are working because you see it up there, but it is working. I can tell you for a fact. Now, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Hello? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Sugakope.
Sugakope, okay. Go ahead. Have you sighted the cameras around Sugakope? They should be there. I think just around the toll booth area.
I'm calling from Sugakope. My problem is that our computers that were supposed to be given to us, the teachers, not all of us have received our computers.
Are you sure?
Some have,
because it was announced this week that the laptops had been distributed.
It is not true. It is not true. You can contact this education office, Sugakope, and find out for yourself. Not all of us have received our computers, not all teachers, and those in the office. As for those of us in the office, none of us have received ours. And
really?
Other teachers in the district have not received their computers. So what he said is not true. It is not true. It is never true. I have not received my computer, and all the staff in the education office, more than 50, have not received our computers. And I've even gone on retirement now, 6 months ago.
All right.
Not still receive my computer.
All right.
My computer. I have not received my computer. So it's not true. Other districts have also not received their computers. You can find out and then put it online that it is not true.
All right, thank you.
We cannot continue to accept lies in this country.
All right, thank you very much. We'll check up with the National Association as well, because we know that they said that, well, they've acknowledged that, so the announcement has been made by the company, but they are following through to make sure the distribution is evenly spread. So we'll see how that goes. We'll follow up with that. Good morning to you from the Savannah region. We have a caller. What's your name? Where are you calling us from specifically?
Good morning. This is Rami calling from Damango.
Okay, Rami, go ahead. What do you make of this new system? We have e-tickets now because we also have live cameras watching all of us on the road and in the communities.
Thank you. I think this one and any other system has been a better one for Ghana.
Okay.
However, Ghana has refused to do something very important. Have we been able to review the systems that have been in place before? What are the problems with them?
Okay.
What are the best practices and additions we need to do? If we have not done this, adding up to your first caller, what your first caller mentioned, adding up to that, let's look at what has worked well, what hasn't worked well. Then we look up to working, it's getting better before we add up to the system. We don't only implement the system, then we are adding up without reviewing some of the problems and challenges we're facing with it. But I think when we do that, it will rather help.
All right, thank you very much. This one is coming from Araba Seguamoni right here in Accra. She says that the new traffic system will end with the same excuse as having 40 cameras. This is Ghana. Are the cameras located on every street? We need to be educated about that. What about the trotro drivers? Because they are the biggest problems on our roads most of the time. Good morning to you. Where are you calling us from?
Good morning. I'm Jamal from Koforidua.
Oh, Jamal, please go ahead.
Well, Roland, in every developing nation, things like this needs to emanate. These are some of the systems that try to put the nation on its anti-corrupt conduct. If things are done electronically, it reduces the propensity for people to have a way to influence in terms of money. So if there are e-ticketing, there are cameras, these are mechanisms to ensure good governance. And like you mentioned, it cannot be everywhere. If you even go to the so-called developed nations, there are places that are not under film. Okay. So in Ghana, for instance, if all our major roads, even the major cities have these kind of interventions, it is good for us. We need to start. And we can't start, in a whole sum. Everything we pilot. Besides, we don't have money. We need to accept that we borrow to do certain things. So if you are going in for fun to ensure that there are cameras at every vantage point to help reduce criminal acts, to help the police to conduct their services in a more professional way, we have to do this every corner, everywhere. We need to start in a very, very important... I'm not saying there are places that are not important, but we need to start somewhere. Let us encourage our leaders. We need to encourage them. And as well as citizens, be ready to support the initiative to grow. If we don't start, it can't grow. Sometimes...
All right, thank you very much. So we have a couple of more messages as well. And this one is coming from Emmanuel. Emmanuel then says, look, I thought it's only the court that can slap you with fines. Do they take you to the motor courts before issuing the fines? A police Range Rover was stolen from a home. Police assisted to retrieve the vehicle from the thief by using the street cameras. So in that instance, it worked.